Hey, what's up, guys? Here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we got is hot. I'm your host, Zach Jackson. We got a special guest host today, my man Joe from Montclair State University. We go to class together. Our last podcast a couple weeks ago with Professor Elliot Collab. That's our professor. So, Joey, I appreciate you coming on, taking the time out of your Friday night to jump on the podcast.
What's up, brother? How you doing? My name's Joe. I am a senior at Montclair State University. I've worked with the New York Rangers and the New York Knicks for the last 2 years in their communications podcast, or in their communications department. And I have a podcast myself that I recently just stopped doing for a little bit. So it's pretty cool to hop back on, Zach. Thanks for having me, bro.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for coming on. So we're going to go into some big time news. Obviously, MLB's almost done. We only got a couple more series to go until this MLB season is officially over. And then we'll go into some NFL standings because what a massive upset we had last night with Cincinnati coming back and beating.
What a game.
Who would have thought? But we got a lot to get to. So let's start with the MLB. Obviously, both of us. Again, Joey, remind me, you're a Yankees fan or no?
We're Mets, baby. We're orange. We're orange and blue skies, okay. But in Long Island, bro. In Long Island.
Okay. I figured that. I think that was the case, but I just had to double check.
It's good that you're, because I know you're a Yankees fan, so
yeah,
we bit of a clash right now, you know.
Yeah, we kind of shit the bed. If I'm being honest, we definitely shit the bed.
We did too. One of the biggest collapses in history, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty bad for both of us. So right here, obviously, we're in the ALCS and the NLCS. What is stunning for me? Stunning is Brewers down 3-0, and 2-3 very close games. I think it was 2-1, if I'm not mistaken, 5-1 and 3-1. The second game wasn't as close, but the first one and the third one, very close games. Thought Brewers could win both of those games, and they ended up losing. What were your thoughts before I go on just the Dodgers? Are they just on a totally different level?
I mean, if you can see my facial expression right now, that just tells you, like, I have never seen a team in professional sports. We've had the Dynasty Patriots. Honestly, we have the Dynasty Chiefs still going on until pretty much Mahomes retires, honestly, or if they become bad. But the dynasty of the Dodgers has just been unbelievable. I mean, the guys that they sign, the culture that they have, everybody wants to be in LA because the Dodgers are the team to beat. Shohei Ohtani. I mean, who wouldn't want to play with the best player on the planet, Shohei Ohtani? I mean, Ohtani, and he's not even performing as well as he has in the previous postseasons. It's like this guy is the greatest regular season performer of all time, but when you get to the postseason and you start going on a playoff run, it's just like the other guys step up. And first off, the Dodgers pitching is absolutely out of this world. Blake Snell, 8 innings, 10 strikeouts the other night. Are you kidding me? Blake Snell, who missed 4 or 5 months out of the season, comes back and gives you 8 innings of one-hit baseball. Are you kidding me? And then Tyler Glasgow last night. I mean, that Dodgers team, I mean, talk about when you start with your starting pitching. You form your team by your starting pitching, and I'm sorry, dude, there's no one beating this team. There is nobody. And the Blue Jays, the Mariners, good luck getting to the World Series. Whoever makes it, you're not winning. You're not winning.
Yeah. I would have to agree. Again, like I said, the only team up until this Mariners series where the Mariners went up 2-0 in crazy fashion, I was like, okay, the Blue Jays, they're gonna take the Mariners maybe in 6, or they'll take them in 5, and then it will be kind of a sweep for the Dodgers, if not a 5-6 game thing. But the Dodgers tonight, I think, are sweeping. I got them sweeping tonight. I got the Mariners winning tonight. Coming back, I think this series might go 7, if I'm being honest, for the Toronto and Seattle, because I don't know. I could have not. I pictured. I took Toronto to tie up the series the last 2 games, but again, I didn't think that the Mariners were going to win the first 2 games. Yeah. So just was a complete shock. I think a lot of people were kind of shocked, unless you were a Mariners fan. But I mean, and the over and under on runs has been over every freaking game. It's been 13-4, 8-2 in the last 2 games. And not to mention the 2 games prior to that, it were some pretty good runs. Dodgers, Brewers, big time offenses. They haven't even both combined scored over 6 runs.
Yo, it's like the roles are reversed. Literally, The two highest scoring teams all season. The Brewers blew past everyone in the playoffs got to LA and was like, all right, let's just
score one run.
Let's score one run. Let's score one run against these guys. And the factor is that people forget even last year. I mean, the last two seasons, I don't think Ohtani has ever even pitched in the playoffs. So the fact that he comes in healthy right off his UCL surgery, he's healthy, he's hitting, and he's also throwing 100 miles an hour. Come on. That's ridiculous, man.
It's crazy.
It's special play. There's no words to describe Ohtani. The guy is just simply special. He's
special. Yeah. And again, another special guy in the American League is Aaron Judge, but for some reason, the Yankees can't put anybody in around him to help him out. Because this man almost batted 600 in the playoffs.
Absolutely, dude.
And we couldn't get past the second round. And we almost lost the first round. I mean, if the ball doesn't bounce in the right direction, Boston has a chance to probably win that series.
Yeah. I mean, and look at Toronto's journey. I mean, Toronto beating the Yankees in that kind of fashion on the Yankees' home turf, man. I mean, that's got to leave a bad taste in Yankees fans, especially. I mean, I know they got the looming decisions with Volpe. They've got Bellinger as their free agent that they got to take care of or figure out who else.
No, he's gone.
Them with. If they're going to replace Cody Bellinger, you better give a call to Pete Alonso. You better give a call to Pete Alonso.
I didn't even think about that. They gotta do something because I'm sorry. I think Cody should stay. Maybe they just let him go so they can restructure the contract. But I don't know, man. It doesn't look like we're re-signing him.
No.
And I think that's going to be a bad decision on our part. I'm telling you, I think the Yankees will be able to compete to get to the playoffs every year. But until I see a difference in a change at management with Aaron Boone, I'm sorry. I just don't like him. I never did like him. I like Joe Girardi from the get-go. I hated the move. And to be honest, I think we lost our savviness. We lost our like back when Joe Girardi was there, we were grit, grind. We would get those outs. We would get those hits. Now it's all hunky-dory, fancy. Let's hit the home run ball every freaking time, and let's not actually play fundamental baseball. I mean, that's what look how the Brewers are. That's where they got. I mean, obviously he's not helping them out now, but they got to the world to the NLCS by playing fundamental baseball. There was a statistic out there. 86% of the teams win games with home runs. Okay, so explain that to why the Brewers are here. You know what I mean? Like
the major Rob Manfred, the Major League Baseball, they want to talk about how the home run numbers were up this year, but also go look at the strikeout numbers. The strikeouts are up by an astronomical. I don't have my numbers here exactly, or else I would give you an accredited scholarly source, but it feels like guys are just striking out 2 to 3 times a game, either hit a home run or they'll hit a single. It's just like the game is morphed in. It's changed so much from 10 years ago that honestly, it's becoming unenjoyable with the Dodgers just keep winning, bro. The Dodgers keep winning, and you're gonna have a lot of people talk about, okay, well, why am I going to watch this game when we all know that the Dodgers are going to win the World Series? Or we all know that the Dodgers are the best team. And to be honest, how I compare the Dodgers to the rest of the Major League, if you've seen the movie Big Miracle, I compare their Russia and every other team is the United States in hockey. So,
hey, Joe, I don't want to interrupt you, but based on what you were saying with the strikeouts, we're at 40,000 total strikeouts this year.
I would like to know.
Oh, wait. Hold on. I might be totally off. Hold on. No, my bad. It's because it says 20,000. Yeah, it's 40,653. We're actually a little bit below this year. Last year was 41. The year before that was 41, and then we went to 40, and then we went to 40. Now, kid you this, 2021 was 42,000 total strikeouts. In 2020, well, obviously that was the COVID year. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't fluctuate that much from 40, but then in 2016, we're at 38. Then we're just going lower and lower and lower and lower. 2008, we're at 32,000 total in NL and AL combined. Right now in 2025.
It's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. You're talking about You're talking about 27 guys on a roster, but 17 of them hit or whatever, and or position players, or they get a chance to crack. I don't understand. Like, I understand that baseball is one of the hardest sports. I mean, Deion Sanders claims that baseball is the easiest sport, which I don't know in God's name how that's possible with the hand-eye coordination and everything. I mean, you really got to be focused. But I think when assessing every single team here, I mean, you're talking about Tarek Skubal from Detroit that literally lit up the entire league this year, led the league in ERA, led the league in strikeouts. And talk about the Yankees. I mean, if the Yankees had Garrett Cole, if the Yankees had an ace, are you telling me they're not beating Toronto? Are you telling me that I'm not going to throw Garrett Cole? If Garrett Cole, a healthy elite Garrett Cole, is pitching in this series, you're telling me that the Yankees don't at least take this to the final game? Like the game 4? They don't force another game? I find it hard with the Yankees and their pitching. It seems like every single year we know the Yankees' problem. It's let's give Aaron Judge the greatest season of all time, and then when we get to the playoffs, it's either he's going to be bad or he's going to be amazing, or if our pitching is going to be good, or if our pitching is going to be amazing. That bullpen, they cannot have Luke Weaver as their closer. They need to go find a closer, and they need to go find a back end. And then Luke Weaver's a talented
Devin Williams sucks.
But Devin Williams is not your answer.
Nope.
Devin Williams is not that answer. And look at the Dodgers. The Dodgers just said, okay, you know what? Enough is enough. We're going to load up on talent in the bullpen. We're going to throw Blake Trinan in the back end of the bullpen. We're going to throw we're going to throw Tanner Scott. We're going to throw everyone else in that bullpen, and we're going to have an elite bullpen. Michael Kopech. That team is so well constructively developed that they're not going anywhere. This team is here for the next 5 to 10 years plus, unless Ohtani decides to retire tomorrow. Like that team, and including Freddie Freeman's coming up on the end of his deal. Like Freddie Freeman's only got a year left on his deal. Like you're gonna have a lot.
Kershaw just retired, man.
Yeah, and like, Kershaw just retired. Like,
and they're still freaking.
And they're still unbelievable. But you know, it is what it is. I mean, I remember in class, our favorite picks, dude, our picks to win were the San Diego Padres. The Padres ended up getting bumped in the first round in the wild card series. When we're talking about them possibly going to the World Series, like, it just doesn't sit well. The Phillies coming up short. I mean, they lost Zach Wheeler. That wasn't really that surprising. I mean, Zach Wheeler, the injury, he had possibly career-ending injury in his shoulder with the blood clot in his shoulder. But I don't see I like Milwaukee. I like what they do. I like Jacob Mizorowski. I like Freddie Peralta. I like the team that they have. I like that Yelich is that veteran presence in the lineup that consistently gives you 20-plus home runs a year when healthy. I like Bryce Terang, the second baseman who had over 50 stolen bases. They have a very scrappy team that's very hard to beat. And the one thing that the Mets did well, besides that miracle last year with Pete Alonso, is they got a lot of ground balls from that team. And that is exactly what the Dodgers are doing. The Dodgers are getting a lot of ground balls. Glasnow, I think, recorded like 10 outs. I think 10 of his 16 outs in the first 5 to 6 innings were ground balls, if I'm not mistaken, from watching last night. I mean, when you have a ground ball pitcher on the mound, think of Marcus Stroman. Marcus Stroman was one of the best ground ball pitchers in the league at the time before his career developed the way it did. But these pitchers are learning these hitters. These pitchers are working these hitters are working the count, but these pitchers have the advantage when you got to throw a nasty curveball. Think of a curveball 2-2. I'm throwing a curveball 2-2. Okay, we were taught to never swing at a first pitch curveball. That's the biggest lesson in baseball. If you go and ask any hitter, they're lying to you if they say they swing on a first pitch.
Ben Wright swings on everything.
Yeah, Ben Rice swings at everything. But in baseball, you are taught not to swing at an 0-0 curveball. If you swing at an 0-0 curveball, your strikeout or your rate of getting out is extremely high.
Because that curveball is probably going in the dirt.
Yeah. Well, they tell you to take a strike for a reason. Take a strike,
feel it out. Even hit the freaking strike zone.
Yeah.
But for some, okay. Now again, not to be all about the Yankees, because we got to move to the NFL. But the last thing I'll say for the MLB with the Yankees is that a lot of our batters and a lot of our hitters, for some reason, we entered the playoffs swinging first pitches, like everybody. Ben Rice swing, whoom, trying to hit the fences. Jazz Chisholm trying to hit the fences. Trent Grisham, we talked about this in class. 30-something home runs this year, was swinging at everything. He was great at working the count. What happened?
He totally lost it.
Judge, fantastic at what he did. But even some attempts, swinging too early. Cody Bellinger was fantastic in both series. Very patient with the bat, not going crazy.
He should be a priority re-signing.
He should. That should be.
From the likes of it, it looks like he's all but gone. From the likes of it. And I don't know what the Yankees are doing. I mean, if they can find cheaper, I mean, I'm not giving Cody Bellinger a 7-year deal. I'm not 33 years old. He's going to be 40 by the time that deal would end. If anything, I'd give him a 3-year deal. The guy's still got pop, strikes out a lot, but I mean, he's still going to hit 270 and 30 plus home runs. I'd take that any day of the week. All right. And he gives you a solid center field.
In playoffs? I'll take him in the playoffs any day.
They should be focused on upgrading the catching position.
Yeah, our catching position is not the best.
Because Austin Wells was awful.
Yeah, he was really bad this year. He was really bad. Now, last thing I'll say, you have Dodgers winning it all, I would assume.
Dude, there's no one beating this team. I mean, last night, what I saw from Max Scherzer, I mean, dog. Max Scherzer, I mean, that reminded me of Washington National Max Scherzer. I mean, that was unbelievable.
Oh, yeah, he was going off.
Unbelievable. He went off, and you know what? There's something about that Blue Jays team, man. There's something about that Blue Jays team that I know the Yankee fans hate, but they got grit, man, and they're doing all that without Bo.
We don't have grit.
They're doing all this without
Bo. Joey, tell the truth. It's okay. Yankees fans need to hear it.
You know
we
what?
have no grit.
There was no life. There was no life in that team when in that game 3 or in that game 4 against Toronto, and they deserved to lose. They did deserve to lose. And you know what? I'll leave it at that. I still got the Dodgers over the Blue Jays though.
Yeah, I think Toronto wins this series. I think the Mariners they needed to close it out, and now it's 2-2. I think Mariners do win it tonight though. I think Toronto wins the last 2.
I agree with you. I think this series is going 7.
7 all day. I think it's 7 back in Targets. I think it's Target Center, I believe.
Rogers Center.
Thank you. Rogers Center. And I think Toronto, they go out on the bang. Vladdy or Springer hits them into the World Series on like a game winner.
Springer's that guy. Don't forget what Springer did in the 2017 World Series. I mean, that guy in the playoffs is different.
He's a monster. I hate him. He's a cheater. I hate him. But I can't admit.
Can't deny the greatness of him in the playoffs. I mean, this guy's all.
Him and Altuve, when they were on the same team, they were just a monster.
And think about that. A playoffs. I know we're still talking about the Yankees, but like a playoff bracket, a playoff race without the Houston Astros and the Yankees lose. The Astros have been the Yankees' kryptonite for the past what feels like 10 years.
Yeah, it's been bad. It's been bad. I remember the Aroldis Chapman pitches a high fastball to Jose Altuve, gone, and he smiles as he walks.
It was yesterday.
Yeah, I remember that shit. That shit was ass. So we're going to move on to the NFL because I'm tired of talking about my crappy Yankees. All right, so obviously, let's go into quick details. Last night, if anybody wasn't watching, and if you weren't watching, you missed.
How are you not watching?
Look at this. Steelers make a massive the Bengals make a massive jump in this division. Obviously, this division is pretty ass, if I'm being honest. You have the Browns at 1-5. They're just in a dumpster fire. They're making the worst decision not starting Shador. I think they're at Miami this weekend, or they're home against Miami this weekend. Why not start Shador? See what you got. You're 1-5. You don't got nothing. Dylan Gabriel is a no-show. He's not good enough to play. He had a temper tantrum against Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
which was absolutely embarrassing. Ravens, Lamar Jackson, he's hurt. They're not really doing much. Bengals 3-4 without Burrow, it's going to be tough, but Flacco can keep them uplift. So at the same time, I think that they'll be fine. And I think the Bengals and the Steelers are going to compete in this division because I don't think the Browns or Ravens are coming any close.
Let me tell you something. The thing about the Browns is we know that if they know how to be a good football team, they will invest in their offense because they have the best defense in the league. It's them and the Houston Texans who have the two best defenses in the league. The thing about the Bengals is what I really liked last night is that Flacco knew where he was throwing the ball. Flacco knew that he needed to get the ball to T. Higgins. T. Higgins has been very quiet the first 6 weeks of the season. So I think the message, especially from an offensive guy like Zach Taylor, they wanted to get T. Higgins worked in the run in the game. And all of a sudden, all season, the Bengals don't have a running game, and then they let Chase Brown finally break through a little bit. Like, it doesn't
108 yards.
But the bigger story, Zach, that we need to talk about is the Steelers. The Steelers defense, who we've known for the last 20 years of Mike Tomlin's tenure there, they have always had a top 10 defense. They have basically everybody returning on defense, and I have no idea what's going on. I mean, Justin Fields goes for almost 350 yards of total offense against them, the Jets, in week 1. And then Justin Fields is, let's flat out admit, ass the rest of the way. That just tells you that there's something going on that Steelers defense that we don't. They're an aging defense too. You got Patrick Queen in the middle. He's approaching 30 years old. TJ Watts just got a new deal, but he's also in his 30s. Jalen Ramsey's, in my opinion, playing one of his best footballs, but he got torched last night by Jamar Chase. I mean, Jamar Chase looked like Jamar Chase. So
he looked like prime Jerry Rice out there, man.
You got to talk about Flacco. I mean, the battle of the unks, dude. I mean, Flacco was absolutely sensational. 342 yards in the air, no interceptions, 3 touchdowns. He was sacked only twice, and that's
also offensive line is bad.
You're right. I was just about to say that, and that's a testament to the offensive line. And we both agree there's something going on with that Steelers team, and they're not as good as people think.
No, they're not. And now to get on that point, Steelers let up 32 points to the Jets. They let up 31 to the Seahawks the week before, the week after. Then they let up only 14 to the Patriots. Then they let up 21 to Minnesota, rookie JJ McCarthy.
Yep.
And they only gave up 9 to the Browns, and then they gave up freaking 33 points to the Bengals. So 3 out of their 6 games, they let up over 30 points. No, 3 out of their 6 games, they've let up over 30 points. 4 out of their 6 games, they've let up over 20.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Sam Darnold threw for almost 400 yards. Justin Fields threw for almost 400 yards, and then Joe Flacco threw for almost 400 yards. That's ridiculous.
I don't want to correct you real quick, but that game against the Vikings, they almost lost to Carson Wentz.
Oh, it was Carson Wentz. It wasn't JJ McCarthy.
Lost to Carson Wentz, who hasn't been relevant since he tore his ACL in 2017 when they won the Super Bowl. I mean, come on. You got Carson Wentz running around like he's 25-year-old Aaron Rodgers back there, bro. I mean, what's going on? I mean, the Vikings, that's a whole nother carousel. To be honest, I think that Vikings fans and I think that Kevin O'Connell might start thinking, why the hell did we let Sam Darnold walk out that door?
I don't know. I don't know why I get why they drafted him, but why'd you go so quick to let him go? I don't understand. Sam Darnold, let him develop. I mean, it took a year and a half for Patrick Mahomes to come in after Alex Smith. Sam Darnold, I'm not saying Sam Darnold's Alex Smith, but he's better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Sam Darnold being, especially getting drafted by the Jets and, you know, the Jets giving up on him and sending him where he needed to go. And then just the revival story of Sam Darnold in Minnesota, 40 touchdowns last year, only like I think he had only 7 to 10 interceptions in that range. I don't know off the top of my bat. The man was absolutely sensational. The Seahawks come in, grab him for only $100 million when a 40 touchdown season should get you at least 250. I mean, if the brother wants to get the bag, then I mean, personally, I wouldn't have signed with the Seahawks. But now that that's the case, that man's price tag is only going up. I mean, that Sam Darnold is going to get a new deal. That man is absolutely thriving in Seattle. And that coach, Mike McDonald, is a good defensive coach, man.
Yeah.
That team is going to be very good. Especially they got Cooper Kupp too, but he hasn't done anything but just to stay relevant.
Yeah. Yeah, no, exactly. And then now to just go over just other standings. Obviously, Patriots. Patriots and Bills, man. I'm sorry, but I think the window of the Bills winning a Super Bowl is over. I'm going to go on a limb here. I think Josh Allen is probably the best quarterback in the NFL other than Patrick Mahomes, but they just have no weapons.
Wow.
I'm sorry, they don't have. You're asking. I think the tight end's Dalton Kincaid, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you're asking Dalton Kincaid to be your number one wide receiver. That's a problem. He's a tight end. Like he's
I agree with you. Here's the thing about the Bills. The Bills and what they like to do on offense, for some reason, their offensive coordinator, Joe Brady, loves to stay in 11 personnel and 12 personnel. 12 personnel is two backs two tight ends. Okay, so they'll have Knox and Kincaid on the field sometimes, but they don't like to do that. What they like to do is sometimes they like to run two backs with Ty Johnson and James Cook. One James Cook going out to the flat, Ty Johnson either protecting Allen, but they absolutely love their screen game. The fact that when you see Josh Allen and you see his stats and why they're not through the roof and why you don't see Josh Allen throwing for 400 passing yards a game, it's because they always throw the quick passes. You're not really seeing Allen throwing the ball downfield a whole ton. A lot of it is drag routes and slants and quick outs and screen passes. That's the Bills' offense. They want to beat you playing smart, not dumb. They want to play smart football. They don't want to turn the ball over, and they got exposed by the Atlanta Falcons. Jeff Ulbrich, who is the former
not just them, but the Patriots too.
You're 100% right. Jeff Ulbrich,
in Buffalo too.
He was the Jets' defensive coordinator the last few years, who made Allen look pretty stupid and made Allen look stupid on Monday, bro.
Yeah, and they're 4-2 now, and I'm sorry, but the Patriots but they're coming. They're here. They're for real. I like the Patriots. Drake May to me is a very good quarterback. I'm not going to go on a limb here and put him in like top 5 in the league right now. But for me right now, he's inching in the top 10 for me.
The thing about Drake May is that Drake May's the ball that he throws. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's so pretty, the ball he throws. And here's the bigger story. The fact that they got Stephon Diggs involved. They got Stephon Diggs, buying into their culture. I mean, they have got something going there, and I'm a Jets fan, and it makes me absolutely disgusted the fact that the Patriots are good again, and this soon, man. I mean, they found the coach, they found the quarterback. Why can't the Jets?
They found the number one wide receiver.
Why can't the Jets do that? We got a number one wide receiver. We got a running back. I mean, the fact that Justin Fields has not progressed in year 5, we got issues, man. We got issues. Yeah. And I was all for Fields. I'm not defending him no more. There is no defending.
Nah, he just holds the ball too long. He holds the ball. He holds the ball more than any quarterback in the NFL right now. Obviously, we're just staying in the AFC here, but I mean, the AFC has just been so crazy. I mean, look at the AFC West: 4-2 Chargers, 4-2 Broncos, Chiefs 3-3. Who would have thought the Raiders were going to be as bad as they are? Then you got the Colts at 5-1, and they're torching people.
Don't forget this, Zach. Listen to my words. I want the podcast to listen. MVP candidate Daniel Jones. Wait. Say that again. MVP candidate. That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, that doesn't sound right. But he's playing like it. I hate to say it. I love him. Like, now I can root for him because he's not on the Giants. But like, I mean, to take all the bias stuff out of it, I mean, yeah, he is 1,000% in that MVP talk because of just the way he's playing. But right now, yo, obviously we're at the NFC. Baker Mayfield's the MVP right now. It's not even close.
We've discussed this. I mean, you told me we were vocal about this in class the other day. Baker Mayfield is the MVP, and it's not close.
It's not close. I tell you right now, if the Cowboys had somewhat of a defense, we might be having a little bit of a different conversation. CeeDee Lamb catches one ball in that Eagles game.
Oh, you're going there. You're going there. So now you're getting a little nuts. So Dak Prescott, let me break it down for you. Dak Prescott completing the most completing percentage, the highest completing percentage of his career at 73%. Baker Mayfield, you know, we talk about Baker Mayfield as the unanimous MVP now. Baker Mayfield completing 65% of his passes. So Dak Prescott is almost 9%, 10% higher rating completing his passes. So that just talks about how good Dak Prescott is playing right now. And the fact that people forget, Dak Prescott was a 4th-round pick. Dak Prescott came in and won that job from Tony Romo from day one. And the narrative about Dak Prescott, he's only got 2 career playoff wins. If that guy can just get past the 2-win mark and actually get himself and his team to the Super Bowl, if Jerry Jones provides the resources on defense, before this season, you know the one player I said stay away from in fantasy? George Pickens. I said stay away from George Pickens. And George Pickens, I am here to say I am so sorry because George Pickens is playing the best football of his career.
He's a dog.
He's completely changed that. I mean, George Pickens and when CeeDee Lamb comes back next week, I mean, that team.
He's coming back this week.
I'm sorry. They're coming back this week, and it's a divisional game, and eyes are going to be on the Cowboys. What kind of team? They lost to Carolina last week, which the Carolina is playing the Jets, and I think Carolina is an up-and-coming team. They've got something cooking there. Very good.
Rico Dowell is a monster.
They got Chuba Hubbard back this week, too. So they got the two-headed
1-2 punch.
I think that, if anything, I really, really, really want to talk about the NFC East. I know that we're talking a lot about the Cowboys. That boy Jackson Dart got aura, man. That boy Jackson.
I hate to say it, but he's really good. But that's what I'm saying. Not to change subject, but I would love to see Shedeur because I'm telling you.
Let's talk about it. You want to talk about Shedeur? I think Shedeur should have been starting from day one, and I hope we agree on that.
Yes, 1,000. I wanted Shedeur to be taken by the Giants. I thought that the Giants made a mistake. I like him in the New York Lights. Very similar. Again, Jackson Dart for me went under the radar just based off some emotional stuff and the behind-the-scenes stuff at Ole Miss. I just didn't like the way he had multiple chances in one of these games and just kept making the same mistake. And the same mistake. I think you remember that game. It was like he had back-to-back opportunities to bring his team down the field and kept making the same damn mistake.
Against the Saints. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I just like Shedeur. I thought Shedeur would be able to jump into the Giants and be able to be perfect. And I think he could do that with Cleveland. Cleveland's not bad offensively. They have Jared Jeudy. They have a pretty nice, okay running game. They have a good defense. They just don't have an offense right now because they don't have a quarterback.
Mariners just scored. Eugenio Suarez home run. Mariners up 1-0 in the bottom.
Let's go.
Bottom of the second inning. But back to the conversation. If you want to get a little crazy, I have been listening to some rumblings, a lot of First Take, a lot of Sports Center. If the Jets somehow, some way, I know your eyebrows are going up. Hold on a second. Let me finish this. If we get through this, if we get to the trade deadline, and somehow the fan base, the team gives up on Justin Fields, or even going into the offseason, let's get a little less crazy. Going into the offseason, the Jets aren't thrilled with the quarterback position in the draft. They don't want a quarterback in the draft. What do you think about the Jets making a call to the Cleveland Browns?
Please.
Offering a 5th or a 6th round pick.
That would be actually a perfect situation for him. That would be a perfect situation. Why? You have a running back. You have a pretty good offensive line. Well, yeah, because I just think Justin Fields holds the ball on too long. That's
too long. 4 seconds. Longest. He holds the ball longer than any quarterback in the league.
Great. When healthy, Breece Hall is one of the best running backs in the game. We can agree with that.
Who's a free agent and is trade bait. So to be honest, expect Brees Hall to be traded.
Okay, so let's say he's not there, but you still have a pretty good backup running back. You have a good tight end. You have a number 1 wide receiver. You have a good number 2, and you have a pretty good, okay defense enough to bring. You bring Shador in there, I think you'll be fine. And you got what's the head coach's name?
Aaron Glenn.
Aaron Glenn, which I like him as a coach. I really do. I think he's great for the Jets. I just think he needs the right quarterback. I just think Justin Fields is very too inconsistent. He holds the ball too long. I don't understand what's the problem.
The thing about Shador that gets me a little weary is he's very quick to process the play, but he has a little bit of similarities to Justin Fields. Justin Fields takes a very long time to progress on his throws and lets the play develop as long as possible. Shador does that too. I remember a game last year against Colorado State, and Shador was slinging it. Shador was throwing bombs. I think he threw for almost 500 yards.
Oh, yes, I remember this game. Yes,
the Colorado State game where they beat them in overtime, and he threw a Hail Mary. He threw the Hail Mary to Travis Hunter in the end zone, and Travis caught it at the end of the game, and then they ended up winning in overtime. See, that's the Shador that I don't understand why no NFL team is looking at that kind of Shador and be like, that brother can't come to my organization and my team, and he's not going to put up the numbers he did in Colorado. Dude, if Shador Sanders is on the New York Jets, I'm telling you right now, Shador will be in the top 10 in the league in passing.
Yeah, 1,000%. We're on the same page with that. I just think the slander on Shador is pretty.
It's too hateful. It's too hateful. Why can't we talk about Jalen Hurts like that? Jalen Hurts.
I was about to get to that before we ended the podcast. I was about to say, Eagles, where you at? You're 4-2. I'm sorry, you're not winning this division this year. There's no way. You don't look it. I mean, you could say all the things. There's something wrong with A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts. There's something iffy. There's some
sort of animosity between.
There's something. I don't know what it is. I don't understand it. You just won a Super Bowl. I don't know where that fucking came from. Excuse my French, but that's exactly what's that case. Jaden Daniels is working himself back from injury. Terry McLaurin's still out. This division is wide open. If the Cowboys freaking would have won last week, we would be 3-2, right behind Philadelphia, and we were going against the Commanders to take on and really push them back. Now, obviously, now we got to go. Obviously, we can jump. The tie with the Packers kind of screwed us. But I'm sorry. Jalen Hurts is not a top 5. I don't think he's a top 10 quarterback right now.
Do you imagine if somehow, some way, the Giants win their next few games and they somehow are playing in December for first place? That honestly, if Jackson Dart was Daniel Jones on that 2022 playoff run,
they win.
You're talking. I don't know. I'm not necessarily going to say that they're going to win, but that's a whole different team.
Oh, they compete though. That's what I mean. Like,
Saquon Barkley. Oh, bro.
They compete against Philly. Okay, hold on. We got somebody in the chat. Drake Perry 84 said, "Should I start Pickens or Lamb?" That's hard.
I think you keep it. I think you keep it safe, dude. I think you go Pickens. I think Pickens should be in the way that Pickens has been playing lately. And honestly, I'm a believer that George Pickens, this is the best George Pickens that we may have ever seen. I mean, he wasn't a wide receiver 1, in my opinion, at Georgia. He wasn't all that at Georgia. He comes into the league. He has Kenny Pickett as his quarterback. Of course, it's Kenny Pickett. I mean, Kenny Pickett needs to stay down at the Jersey Shore where he belongs. But I think that if you start George Pickens, just know that Dak Prescott will throw him the ball. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to be on a pitch count. You know?
Yeah, I do too. So. Wait. Now he said I could play both. But I don't know. I don't think I would do that for fantasy based on the fact that you kind of are mixed. I don't know. I just think CeeDee Lamb's coming off a pretty iffy on a sprain.
Well,
injury. I think Pickens, like Joey said, is a safe bet. I'd say take Pickens and then have CeeDee Lamb off the bench. But again, if you want to start both, I mean, you can't go wrong. I just never like to start two wide receivers on the same team.
Let me tell you something. I got George Pickens' stats right here. What he's done this season, oh my God, man. He has had a touchdown in every single game since week 1. He has managed over 17 points a game in every single game since week 2. He went against the Green Bay Packers, who, led by Micah Parsons, by the way, who claims that they were the best defense in the league. Pickens torched them for 8 receptions, 11 targets, 134 yards on 2 touchdowns. And then against Carolina, 31 fantasy points, 9 receptions, 10 targets, 170 yards and a touchdown. I'm not going to lie, brother. That's your pick.
Now we got some more. Trade Stephon Diggs for JCM. And Jack said, should I start Keenan or Bourne? What do you think, Joey?
JCM, is that Krosky Merritt from Washington? Who's JCM?
Yeah, Sean, who's JCM? But Jack said, should I start Keenan or Bourne?
The thing about Kendrick Bourne is wherever Mac Jones goes, he somehow follows Mac Jones, and he somehow always ends up with the ball in his hands from Mac Jones. I personally have Kendrick Bourne in my starting lineup just because I have Mike Evans hurt, and I think he's coming back in the next 2 weeks. So if anything, I also think the 49ers have a tough game this week. I think the 49ers are going up against – the 49ers are going up – I just want to make sure. The Falcons, who are coming off a ginormous Monday Night Football win against the Buffalo Bills, and don't forget the Falcons have a top 5 defense. Yeah. So to think about that, I would start Keenan Allen. I would.
So Jack, start Keenan Allen, and then so he said yes. Sean said the running back for the Commanders, which is Merritt from Washington.
And who would he be receiving?
He would be receiving Diggs.
Oh, that's a no.
Oh no! Trade Diggs for JCM.
Oh no! Washington has no running game. I don't know. They're a spread offense, and they're mostly in the gun. They're mostly in the pistol. But I don't like that trade just because we just talked about Stephon Diggs and the revival in his career being in New England. I mean, he's not only just getting the ball, he's blocking his ass off. He's having fun. He keeps talking about what a great guy Mike Rabel is, and he's got Cardi B happy. That's the 4 that's the 4 things that Diggs has, that he's enjoying his time in New England.
Yeah. Okay, now start Rico Dowell or Scatterboo this week.
Scatterboo. I'm not starting Rico. I mean, the thing about this with the Jets, you know that the Jets are probably going to get ran over on. They're probably going to allow 100 yards on the ground. They're not going to allow a lot in the passing game. They're a pretty good the coverage team. But I think in terms of that, you really need to be careful, especially with Chuba Hubbard coming back. It's the hardest name to say. Chuba Hubbard coming back. Definitely. I mean, that guy, they paid him last offseason. They paid him almost $60 million for 3 years, Chuba Hubbard. So they got to really, to keep Rico Dowdle happy. Listen, Rico Dowdle the last couple weeks has been absolutely sensational, but that's a good Carolina Panthers team, man. I mean, they're not the same Panthers team that's been the laughing stock the last few years. I have my doubts about Bryce Young, but I go ahead, start Rico Dowdle. Do it. If he goes for 40 fantasy points against the Jets, so be it.
Okay, so we're saying to start Rico. Now, Marco has been blowing up the chat. He's got a problem here. So he says, pick up Whittington, Zay, Mooney, and Shepard, or Tej Johnson. That's a lot of freaking names.
I like Tez Johnson just because of what he did last week with Baker Mayfield. I mean, I like Tez Johnson coming out of Oregon. I think that he was one of the most explosive receivers coming out of Oregon. And the fact that he landed with Baker Mayfield and gets an electric touchdown last week that ultimately set up the game-winning drive, against the Seahawks. I'm starting him. I'm not starting him, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think Tez Johnson's a very good player.
Yeah, so then Marco, pick up Tez Johnson, and anybody who's asking about Rico Dowell, yes, the last 2 games he played Miami and Dallas, both terrible defenses, but the Jets' running defense, no offense, Joey, as you know, is also trash. So I think he could run it back 3 times. I don't think he's getting over 200 yards, but I think he can get over 100 yards. So I definitely would start Rico and anything else. But yeah, anything else, Joe, you got to say before we end the podcast today?
No, just honestly, thank you for being on. I hope honestly call me back whenever you want, dude. I'd love to come on again.
Like I said, I appreciate you coming on. This was a blast. I do thank for coming on at 6 o'clock on a Friday night. I know you're a busy man, so I appreciate that. But before we go, ain't Rico gonna split reps though? Yeah, but again, Chuba Hubbard's coming off injury, and then Quinton Johnson or Waddle. I'm probably gonna go with Waddle. It's the best wide receiver for them.
Really, you don't like Quinton Johnston? Me personally.
Well, remember they're versing the Jets. No, not the Jets. No, who's Miami versing this week?
Miami's playing. Man, I hate that. I didn't know. I literally just did my picks before too. Miami's playing the Cleveland Browns.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Cleveland
I'm not starting Waddle.
You don't want to start Waddle?
No.
Even on the secondary, their secondary's ass in Cleveland.
Chargers playing Colts. That's when big time players show up.
All right. Okay, it's kind of a pick 'em. I'm taking Waddle because again, I don't trust Cleveland's defense. The other game, I think it's just too many. It's two both great teams. I think than much. But other than that, that's pretty much it for the podcast, guys. Here on the Fire Sports Pod, where everything we got is hot. I'm your host, Zach Jackson. This is our guest host, Joey. And again, guys, we will see you guys on Recap Monday for Season 8 episode. No, actually, my bad. Hold on. Season 9, episode number 1 is coming on Recap Monday. This was actually the last episode of our 8th season, Joey. So you left it off with
hell yeah. Damn, 8 seasons? That's crazy.
Yeah, 8 seasons, 35 episodes already through. We're going on to season 9. I'll see you guys all on Monday. Peace.
Take care, guys.